Hello everybody, my name is CalmDownRELAX, and welcome to my Pokemon Black 2 Nuzlocke playthrough. A little bit about myself, I've been a huge fan of the Pokemon series forever. I started with Pokemon Yellow, and I've played through every generation. Pokemon Black 2 is actually a game that I've had lying around for quite some time, just never got a chance to play, and I figure if I'm going to start now, I might as well do it in style. I'm not at all an experienced Nuzlocke player. I did half of an Alpha Sapphire run before I retired, just because all my Pokemon died. I was using a really unforgiving rule set that time though, so I'll be a lot kinder to myself this time around, and hopefully it'll go better. So without further ado, let's get started. So I'm just gonna talk over Juniper here. She's not gonna say much that's very important. I found that the more knowledge I accumulated about Pokemon, the less fun the game actually became, just because I wouldn't catch things for reasons like, I just liked the look of it or I thought it was interesting, just because I knew all the stat distributions and I knew about natures, EVs, IVs, and it just felt like the perfectionist in me wouldn't let myself catch any shitter Pokemon, and I had to catch one that was good. So my name here, just in order to save frames, it'll just go a lot faster if I have a one character name, so I'm just going to be male. Yeah, male, that's right. Yeah, wonderful name, I agree. The older boy that lives nearby. Alright, this guy, he can be Bush. Just because his hair looks super bushy to me. Bush, yeah, that's good. Good job, good job. I'm going to entrust with Pokemon. Okay. Yeah, so I would end up catching maybe 10 or 20 of the same Pokemon over and over again until I found one that was good enough for me, and it ended up hindering the progress of the storyline just way, way too much. Oh, I've never seen this before. So I did play through Black, and I know that this is supposed to take place 3 years afterwards. Unfortunately, I'm someone that doesn't really read the storyline at all, and especially in Nintendo games. I'm sure you've noticed just from me skipping over what Juniper was saying over there. So this playthrough is going to be totally blind. I have no idea what's going on, and I think that will make it a lot more interesting. The games have gone a lot easier over time, I've noticed. I don't know if that's just me or everyone agrees with that, but I do think that not knowing what's going on as well as with the Nuzlocke rules will make it really challenging. The rule set that I'm playing by is just going to be the standard ones of if something dies, it's dead forever, or if something faints, it's dead forever. I'm not actually going to release them. I'm going to be putting them into a special PC box that I'm going to call the Graveyard, just so that at the end of my series I'll be able to look and, mourn the loss of my comrades. Also, only be able to catch the first Pokemon of any route. Oh shoot. I was going to change settings before she started talking to me. Do you want to have Pokemon? Yes. Okay, step 1, yes. Okay, excellent, excellent. Yes, yes. Okay, Bianca, Juniper's assistant, big hat, look for Bianca. Okay, okay, yes, know how to open my bag. Oh, I'm really glad that they added this feature so I don't have to go through the tutorial anymore. Okay, just change text speed to fast. So in my other Nuzlocke playthrough, I had this on set, which basically means that when any enemy trainer sends out their new Pokemon, you don't get a chance to switch yours out right away. You actually have to manually switch and take a hit. I found that it actually didn't add too much strategically, just because if you can't choose what Pokemon you're catching, you can't really create a team that can take hits. So all that ended up meaning is that in order to survive, you would have to level your Pokemon like 10 levels above. It just became a lot more grindy. It didn't really actually add much to the game. Alright, what do you have to say? Power of Signs, blah blah blah. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, so back to the Nuzlocke rules. It's going to be catching the first Pokemon I encounter of any route, with the exception of anything that I already have or anything in the same evolutionary line. In that case, I'm allowed 5 encounters. The first new Pokemon I see, I need to use that as my catchable Pokemon. And if by 5 encounters I've only encountered repeats, then that's the one I get to catch, or, if I end up choosing not to, then I choose not to. So if the Pokemon that is catchable ends up fainting, or I end up killing it by accident, well, it means the same thing. If it ends up fainting or I end up running away or something like that, there aren't any second chances. Only the first new Pokemon encountered on any area. Okay, Bush's sister. I'm completely not paying attention to what's going on here. Hopefully it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's mattering very much. Yeah, I'm going to also allow myself to use healing items within battle. I didn't allow myself this privilege on my Alpha Sapphire playthrough, and it ended up being quite difficult. I think the possibility of whiting out is way too high in this series, especially since it's totally blind. 5th gen is also a generation that I'm not too familiar with. I did watch quite a lot of videos during this time, so I know what's strong, but I don't know any of the fillers. Like I can't even remember what the main bird or the doggy is called. I guess we'll see soon enough. Where am I? Am I in Bush's house? Yeah, it seems like I'm in Bush's house. Why is he following me? Oh god. I should really pay attention. Okay, let's go. This game looks really nice, actually. I was just playing Omega Ruby, and even though that one's 3D, I think that this one looks almost just as good. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm looking for Bianca, I remember. She's on the hill, right? Alright, let's go. Is this lighting because it's nighttime? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I'm recording this at night, so it's gonna be quite gloomy for a while. Oh, Bianca, get my Pokemon. Okay. Oh, actually, this is my other custom rule, is that I don't get to choose my starter, my trainer tag does. So whatever number is here, if the last number is between 1 and 3, I pick the grass starter. 4 to 6 is going to be fire, 7 to 9 is water, and 0 is my choice. So let's see, 5, so it's the fire starter. Alright. Which one's the fire starter in this generation? Is it the pig? Yeah, it's the pig, right? The Tepig? Embor? Firefighting bro? Yeah, I think that's the one that's correct. Yeah, I'm male, that's right. Nice to meet you, yes. Filling it up is fun. Okay, great. Oh, excellent. Oh, sweet animation. I feel like this girl was in Black as well, but can't remember too well. Tepig. Alright. Oh yeah, another rule is that I need to nickname all my Pokemon just to increase the level of bond that I have with each one. Yes, nickname. Alright, what's a good pig nickname? The Baconator sounds pretty good. I like the name of it. I like the sound of that. It rolls out the tongue real well. Strikes fear in my enemies. Baconator. Alright, sounds good to me. Baconator? Yeah, Baconator is the one. Alright, Pokedex gonna be totally useless this run because I'm only gonna catch like 20 Pokemon throughout my whole run. Alright. Can I not run yet? Oh, Jesus. Are you gonna fight me? Does this kid want to throw down? He's not gonna be able to take me, man. My hair is just as strong as yours. Let's go. What is happening? Why are they talking so much? Alright, well, okay, I don't really get it. Okay, Pokedex, distribution, Marrier. Yeah, when I'm reading through these, I'm only picking up keywords. I don't really know what's happening. Okay, I'm fighting him, I got it. He raises from an egg, damn. This guy's commitment. Alright, let's get it going. Oh, these are some slick-ass animations. I'm a fan. Baconator. Alright. So it seems like I don't have my stab move. The Gen 3 starters have a stab move starting off. That's unfortunate. Stab, by the way, stands for same type attack bonus. If you use a move that's the same type as the Pokemon you're using, its base power gets 1.5 bonus modifier. So if you see there, I actually moved first the first turn, and then he moved first the second turn. That means we're the exact same speed. Am I actually gonna lose this? Is that even possible? Alright, good. Yeah, so if we're the exact same speed, the game actually just rolls a dice, and whoever wins that dice roll happens to go first that turn. I believe this first battle is scripted to never be able to be lost. I'm not sure on that though. It is possible that I've lost this before. I think if you just tail whip forever, they do kill you, but I think it's made so that if you just keep pressing tackle, you win. Okay, Pokemon Center, let's go. Yeah, this beginning part is always such a pain just because I hate reading text in games. Like, I'm just not a big story game player. I feel like the story usually detracts from the gameplay, or vice versa. If you know there are games with excellent storylines, but the game ends up feeling like more of a gimmick than what you're actually there for. It seems like, you know, I'm here for the story. I'm just being forced to play because they sold me this as a game. That's my own controversial opinion about games, though. Don't quote me on that. Also, don't hate me too much for that, please. Thank you. Alright, I get to use Pokeballs. Do you have anything to say? Docile. Oh, that doesn't sound good to me. Let's take a look at what that is. Can't resist, just bad habits. Docile. Oh, docile is no boost either way. Wait, is that correct? So if it has a boosting nature, the nature, what it does is it increases one stat's growth and decreases another stat's growth. So Tepig is a physical attacker, which means that its attack is going to be its most important stat. Luckily, you see that there the attack is the highest one, it's 13, compared to the special attack 11. And it seems like none of the stats are being raised. They're all white. It's kind of hard for me to tell sometimes just because I'm colorblind, but as long as it's not an attack decreasing nature, I'm generally happy enough with it. But I have to check just because I'll be too annoyed if it ends up being, or not. I won't be too annoyed, but you know, I just need to know. It'll just give me peace of mind. Oh, thank goodness. This is the best character in the whole game. Wait, that's my mom? No, it isn't. Why is she the same height as me? Look, the sister's way smaller. What the hell is that? Oh, town map. Okay, sounds good. Wait, is the map not open on the bottom screen anymore? Alright, whatever. I believe. Okay, so I have Pokeballs, which means that the Nuzlocke rules are starting right now. I'm going to whichever first Pokemon that I encounter, as long as it is catchable, which means that if Bianca isn't saying, oh, nice potion. Yeah, if Bianca isn't the one that's telling me what to do and catching it for me instead, that doesn't count as my first encounter. It has to be an encounter where I have full control. If she allows me that, then whatever I catch first will be the second member of my team. Okay, catch. Alright, it seems like she's gonna be the one that shows me, which is good, because I don't know what's on here. Oh, I definitely don't want that thing. I know what that does. It evolves into the Liepard? Liepard. Yeah, it's... without its Dream World ability, it's not very good. I think this was the generation where that actually was introduced. So in 3rd gen, the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald generation, they introduced abilities in the game, which is basically like a passive ability that each Pokemon has. In this generation, they introduced this thing called Dream World. It was like some ploy to get more people to play on the online system. And a lot of, like every Pokemon from the previous games got a new ability through Dream World. And that actually changed things a lot for competitive. Just a lot of Pokemon that were just absolute trash before found its niche through its new ability. And a lot of Pokemon live or die by having that ability. And they aren't available in-game, so a lot of these Pokemon that you see maybe competitively from time to time, you won't see them at all being played in story modes to any good effect, just because they're just terrible. Yeah, Liepard is an example. Its hidden ability allows it to move move faster than its opponent no matter what if it's using a non-attacking move. And so what it was used for was stuff like just utility things, like even this sort of move that would just debuff your opponent or help support your team. at blistering speed. Like, it doesn't matter how fast your opponent is, that this thing would be able to go first. But alas, since it doesn't have that ability in the story mode, it's just a piece of garbage. But piece of garbage is what I need exactly. Yeah, so you can see the cynical side of me coming out already. You know, if this was a regular run through, this would probably just go straight in the box, straight into the dumpster. Straight into the dumpster. Straight into the dumpster. Sit. Yeah. So, yeah, if the Nuzlocke, one of the great beauties of it that I'm really enjoying is that because I don't have a choice of what I can and can't catch, I end up using everything that I need to use, just everything that I encounter, just because of necessity. Like, if I didn't use it, I wouldn't have enough things to survive. And that's bringing a lot of fun into the game, you know, like even these trash Pokemon have their uses in the story mode. An example is during my Alpha Sapphire run through, I stuck with the Mighty Anna for almost the entire run just because it had Intimidate, and that helped a lot. Intimidate is an ability that upon switching in, it reduces your opponent's attack by 1, so it's basically using a growl on them. Oh, I learned Ember, excellent. Basically using growl on them. A lot of people feel like using these sorts of moves is totally pointless, and I understand why, because it seems like it'd just be better to attack all the time. But these boosts, when you see something falls or sharply falls, that's a -1 and -2 bonus respectively. And a -1 bonus actually decreases your attack, or whatever stat that they're decreasing by 33%, which is a huge number. It's actually bonkers. It's just that because you're usually so over-leveled, and you get a free hit in, it feels like, why didn't they just attack me? They could have, you know, done damage rather than do this useless attack lowering. But in a game where you're evenly leveled or evenly matched, it's a huge difference. Oh, that's crooked. Very stylish, I like it. I'm just healing up here. Oh god, I don't like the length of that animation there. That was super long. Always the same Pokemon Center song. Very nostalgic. Alright, let's take a look at this Purloin. Sid. I didn't do this correctly. I feel like I could have named it Sid instead. Oh god. I know the special defense is blue. I can't see what is red right now. Was that lax nature? Lax nature. I think it's defense up, special defense down. Yeah, it really sucks. The colors are not very vivid to me. I just can't see them very well. But this one's actually not too bad. You see its ability right here, Unburden, raises speed if a held item is used. So this is like a super situational ability. You almost never see it work because the only way a held item is used, like mainly, is through berries. And the Pokemon will only eat a berry if it's below 25% health or something. So it has to be very low already, and then it gets double speed. But Liepard doesn't really need speed. It's really fast already. If you're curious, the starter Pokemon always have the same ability. It's Blaze, Overgrow, and Torrent, which is if your health is under 33%, you raise the power of fire, grass, and water moves by 50% respectively. Like whatever type you are, you'll raise your fire move, or fire move in my case, or water move or grass move by 50%. So there's a difference between special attacks and physical attacks that was introduced in 4th generation, so Diamond Pearl. Basically, each attack now has its own physical or special rating. So before that, yes, I know about logic trumping. Okay, thank you. Before that, it was your type that determined whether you were physical or special. So all fire moves had to be special. All water moves had to be special. There could not be any physical attacking fire types or physical attacking water types, which really sucked for a lot of Pokemon just because they naturally had higher attack than special attack, but all of their stab moves were not suited to them. So in 4th gen they separated them. So Ember here is a special attack, Tackle is a physical attack, And even though I have slightly higher physical attack than special attack, because I get this 50% boost on Ember, it's still the stronger move to go for, and that's why I'm going for it. Yeah, I find myself doing a lot of explaining Pokemon mechanics just because I don't get to talk about it too much. You know, most people aren't too interested. Pokemon isn't as popular as it used to be. So there, I got an attack and special attack boost by 2. That's pretty good. I like that. I don't know. Oh, was this the champion from Black 1? I can't. Oh god, this guy's a badass. Just jumped straight off that cliff. What's the city I'm from? Aspertia? Aspertia? You're gonna train me? How are you gonna train me? Oh, alright, we're in town already. What was that town name? Flosseski? What did it just say? I don't know. Potions, blah blah blah. Oh, you're smarter. Good for you. Your Tepig is the male. Yeah, the genders totally don't matter. I remember they introduced that in Generation 2, the Silver Gold Gen. Mainly it's for breeding purposes. We're not going to do any of that during this run just because you're not allowed to get any Pokemon unless you're given them or you catch them yourself. And also, it just takes way too much time. Oh, my house a little further. I just stopped by the Pokemon Center, man. You saw me come in. Come on. Alright, where are you? Where's your house? Where's your house? What? This trash can is empty. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm talking to every NPC just because in recent games they started giving every single they started to give random items to NPCs all over the place. Oh, what? Oh, I have 2 maps. Am I gonna have to fight him at the end of this route? This is gonna go real poorly for me. He has a stab move. Alright, well, I think this is actually a good place to call it. I'm just gonna talk to this old man first. Oh, you're not gonna let me in there? Alright, alright. Yeah, this is a good place to call it. I'm just gonna save right here. Alright. And, you know, thanks for watching this far in, and I hope you'll join me for the next episode.